Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Do you ever find yourself devouring snacks when you're stressed or completely forgetting to eat? It's not just willpower. Our hormones are calling the shots at times of stress. Now, when we're under stress, people experience changes in their eating patterns. Some overeat while some lose their appetite. The big difference is whether cortisol is driving us or adrenaline is driving us. And that difference is largely driven on how our brains and our hormones respond to stress. So today I'm going to jump in and break it down, give you the BAM, the bare ass minimum, on how to fix it. Let's go. So we know that for some people, stress triggers an increase in cortisol. Now that's the hormone that makes us crave high calorie, sugary or fatty foods for quick energy and comfort. This is why many people turn to emotional eating, because they're using foods as that temporary stress relief. So we're in the alkaline corridor, life's okay. We crave good food, energy, sleep, moods, weight, all those things are in check. However, when the stress comes, if our cortisol is out of balance, we bounce outside the alkaline corridor. That's kind of normal, okay? We all bounce in and out all day, every day. However, when we're out, we crave crap foods, particularly high sugary and high crappy carb kind of foods. We're looking for that emotional comfort. Now, on the other hand, some experience that surge in adrenaline. This is your skinny stress heads. People who can be trim and can still have high visceral fat percentage. So when adrenaline's running high, it actually suppresses hunger by diverting blood flow away from our digestive system. And that's what makes eating feel incredibly unappealing, which is why they just don't eat. Now, both responses are natural. It's survival. It's built into us. But when it's prolonged, like any stress, when it's going on and going on, and usually it's not the giant hits, it's the relentless daily little hits that get us the most, that tax our adrenal glands the most, and cortisol and adrenaline are both produced in our adrenal glands. So they lead to unhealthy habits, weight fluctuations, and energy imbalances. Now, to correct this, it's crucial to develop some awareness and balance around stress and food. Now, we know that everyone gets kicked in and out of the alkaline corridor every day. What we're looking for is to get our body to the place that when we're presented with a stress, we don't kick so far off track. We don't swing to, if you imagine it's like a swing, we don't swing so far off track and then have to come back so far on track, okay? Because we're all in and out all day. What I care about is how quick you come back. Okay, we want to get the adrenals right. We want to get some new habits around what we're doing with stress management. So let's have a look at those. So if you tend to default to overeating, like I do, that's my thing. I was away recently and there was the big cyclone hit the Gold Coast and I was away at a speaking gig. So I was worried about what was happening at home and I absolutely looked for food. It was all good food. Totally stayed on track with my eating. However, the quantities were bigger than what I need. Okay, so focusing on mindful eating. Pause before reaching for snacks. Easier said than done sometimes. I get it. You find yourself, I know I've done it in the past, find myself looking at the fridge, looking for any kind of inspiration or from the cupboard, anything like that. Looking at the room service menu, any of those things, it's a reality. So pause. And what I did once I realized what I was doing when I was away during that time of the big stress with the storm here, I went for a walk. So if I found myself thinking, I want a snack, I got up, I left the hotel room, I did a walk just around the block, even 10-minute walk. Break that energy. You've got more chance of being back into control. So taking a pause of some description, if you can find something else to do, like go for a walk, is a great one. Journaling, get it out of your head, write that shit down. Sitting in deep breathing, really, doing that deep breath where your belly distends and pushes out and then you breathe in. Don't just do the shallow top of your lungs breathing. Drink water. That's it. And finding an alternative, that works for you. Like I said, when I was in it, I went, great, I just need to get away from the source, because I know that environment is stronger than willpower. So if I'm there where I can just order room service, that's not going to help me. And so I removed myself from the source by going for a quick walk around the block. It totally helped. But for the first day, absolutely, I did it mindlessly, and just the hormones, stress hormones were running rife, and I didn't recognize it. So doesn't matter, no story, no problem, no guilt, no nothing like that. It's just, okay, notice if you're off track, cool, come back on track. Okay, you're standing mindlessly in front of the fridge again, looking for any kind of inspiration of something to eat. I get it. Instead of go, great, I'm just going to go and walk around the block. And don't even think twice. It's not like I'm going to do that in 10 minutes. Get your ass into gear and get out straight away. Or if you're a person who does things like journaling, sit, deep breathe, journal, get a different thought pattern in our head. Okay. Now, if you're an undereater, schedule small nutrient-dense meals, even if you're not hungry. You want to keep your energy stable, because otherwise when your energy is unstable, that contributes to the problem. So setting an alarm on your phone every 2.5 hours to remind yourself to have something to eat. You know, I remember back in the 1980s, I did a lot of work with the AIDS Council. AIDS was running rife, and we had so many beautiful friends die at that time. And as they got sicker and sicker, they just lost all will to eat. And we started feeding them on a red dinner plate. The color red will stimulate the appetite. And there's been work that's been done with dementia patients as well, getting them to remember to eat, because between mouthful, they can forget to eat. So eating off a red dinner plate is a possible solution for you as well. Ideally, long-term though, we're managing our stress. So we're managing our stress with things like mindful movement, meditation. So that's, walking instead of running.
Have you ever wondered how your life could have been different if you'd had access to this type of content at a younger age? Look, this is why I need your help. I'm working to build the #1 platform that gives real and easy to integrate healthy life hacks and mindset to help you get well and stay well. This show only grows by word of mouth and new subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could click the subscribe button right now, leave a 5-star written review, or drop a comment below. Share this episode with a friend and I would be forever grateful. Now, let's get back to this week's episode.
Doing Tai Chi, yoga, Pilates, things like that, Qigong, that use your body strength, and there's more movement than just running and flogging yourself when your stress hormones are already stressed. Okay. Meditation, even 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. And even if you're just focusing on your breath, breathe in for the count of 4, breathe out for the count of 4. That's it. That's how I started to teach myself to meditate. Wow, gosh, that's 40 years ago now. Okay. Aromatherapy can help. So aromatherapy essential oils. If your brain is going too fast, you need essential oils like in my Sanity Saver blend. So it contains all the heavy wood oils, so things like vetiver, sandalwood, cedarwood, the heavy florals like patchouli, and it keeps a busy mind that's obsessing grounded, okay? Or my Chill Out blend, which contains essential oils like lavender and lime. Lavender is great for balancing up cortisol, so if you're the overeater, it's a great blend for that. And lime gives you the energetic feeling like you're just sending your emotions off on holidays. So it's not heavy. It's just like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I can get through this. It's okay. So we can use aromatherapy to help regulate hormones and prevent emotional swings as well. So again, depending on what calls you, whether it's aromatherapy, whether it's meditation, exercise, walking, whatever it is, do what works for you so that you can help regulate your hormones and prevent emotional eating swings, whether under eating or overeating. Also think about tapping into adaptogens. I've done many podcasts about adaptogens and their use. So adaptogens are a class of herbs that help our body adapt to stress. If you want a link to the adaptogen tonic that I take, send me a message. Too simple. I would love to be able to share a link with you. I'm big on taking adaptogens. I've taken them for 30 odd years. I know the benefit in taking them to come from a place of prevention. And definitely they help us swing not so far off track. So when I started to swing off track, I noticed it sooner than later, and I was able to come back on track. That's what it's about. Coming from a place of prevention is really beneficial. And ideally, we can't fight our body's natural response. Hormones are going to rise when we're under stress. It is. It's just a reality. Cortisol, adrenaline, it's going to happen because it's our body's built-in emergency response system. But to nourish our body in ways that support that long-term health and well-being, that's the key. That's the real key. Don't wait to swing so far off track, okay? So if you are overeating, you've been a cortisol bunny, and if you're undereating, when you're stressed, you're being an adrenal bunny. Either way, they're both the same, out of balance. We just need to get the adrenal glands out of the alarm mode and just get them to settle, and we can come back to center faster. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.